So I started having sex when I was in high school, and I was with a girl that, it was really, it's for all the wrong reasons, and of course that relationship didn't work out. But she ended up breaking up with me about a year into it, and the same night she was sexually active with a friend of mine, and I was so emotionally invested in her because of not really our real relationship, because at that age, I didn't couldn't really comprehend life. I just had an idea of what I really was about, and I just knew how much that pain hurt, and how hard it was to get over that one instance, because of the fact that I'd given her a part of me that was so important. And I hadn't realized prior to this. I guess when I was younger, I thought, everybody makes sex out to be this thing that, you got to chase it. It's just like being successful in life. It's just like, having a kid and family. It's just as important, when you're in high school. There's a lot of pressure behind it. I got to watch a family member very close to me that I love with all my heart engage in activities with somebody they genuinely loved, and because of what they've done, they now are HIV positive, and that's really been the turning point for me. When I came to Christ, and I was still kind of halfway in the world, halfway out. But when I truly, truly came to know Him and understand the importance of sex, and behind just the momentary satisfaction, and I understood how emotionally attached and really the consequences that come with it. And I praise God, because even though I can't wait, or I can't give my first time away to my wife, I can't go back on anything I've done, I can give what I have left. I can strive for that, and I really encourage every youth that it's just not worth it. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life that were strictly because of my decision, and I know it's a tough one, and I know it's hard, and I know that that's one of the biggest temptations. And the way that lust manifests itself in you, it's not like you just got to take it away and it all of a sudden goes away. It's a very natural experience that you have to tough out. Follow God, follow your heart, and let other things occupy your time, because it's just not worth it.
So, I've heard someone said to me once, or actually they used to teach us in church, that there's no mistakes, only lessons. Um, but I think that in my life, there's one thing that I would consider a mistake, and that was that I didn't wait until I was married to have sex. Um, you hear it all the time, growing up in church or going to programs like True Love Waits. Like, everyone keeps telling you, like, don't have sex, don't have sex. And it's like they give you Bible scriptures and, everything, and tell you over and over again, like, don't have sex, don't have sex. But even after hearing all that, the reality is, like, most people still do it. And I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back in time. I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 22. But even then, it was worse because I had waited so long and then ended up doing it anyway. And it was because it took me a long time to realize that I associated love and sex and made it the same thing in my head. And even though it's not the same thing at all. Um, because every time you do it with someone that you love, like, you lose a part of yourself. You give a part of yourself away that you can't get back. And I wish I could get those moments back. I wish I could get those parts of me back. Um, because, you know, when you're young, love comes and goes. And one day someone loves you, and the next day they don't. And it's hard to think that, I could have waited and only really given myself to one person, and that would be my husband. After a while, I started to think, like, when I do get married, what am I going to give him? You know? Like, what part of me can I give him that no one else has ever had? So I just want to say to whoever wants to listen to me, or anyone else that has, done one of these, that you're worth more than that. You're worth more than what if someone asks that of you. You're worth more than just sex. You're worth more than that. And if someone really loves you and truly loves you, then they'll wait for you. And if they can't wait for you, then they don't love you. Because sex and love are not the same thing. So, if I could go back in time, I would change it all. And I know that parts of my heart I still have. And now, the only person that really can give me all of that back is God. And that takes time because He has to go back and heal me of all that brokenness and all that hurt and all those times I really believed that someone actually meant what they said. And when they said that they'd be there forever, that they actually meant forever. But it's okay because now I know what I'm worth. And now I know, I'm going to wait. And whoever my husband is, I want him to know that I'm waiting for him. And I hope he's waiting for me too.